This is Interview Connections TV, the #1 web TV show for podcasters and great guest experts. I am Jessica Rhodes, your host, and I'm committed to helping you deliver valuable, actionable content, grow your following, and build your business. And I just want to start out by saying I'm so grateful for everyone who filled out my survey. I sent out a survey because it's really important for me to know who I am talking to. You know, I know a lot of my audience because they're clients or we've emailed back and forth, but I've got hundreds of people on my email list right now and I don't know them all personally, and I wanted to gather some demographic information: age, female, male, are they entrepreneurs, do they work out of home offices? What are their biggest challenges in podcasting? What are their biggest challenges in getting podcast media exposure? So, if you haven't filled out or sent out a survey to your audience, I highly recommend doing so. It really helps you figure out what content you should be putting out there to bring the most value to the people who are watching your videos or listening to your podcast. And, one of the things that is challenging my viewers and the folks that are following my blog and reading my email newsletters is just how to get it all done, how to get your podcast done, all of the back end administrative and technical tasks. There's a lot to do, and you're probably not just doing your podcast, you're probably also running a business or working a job. And just coincidentally, right after I read that survey, a client of mine, told me she watched one of my videos and she said, "It just looks like you've got it all. You're balancing everything so well." And while thank you so much for noticing that, I think that I am doing a pretty good job of balancing it. I just wanted to take this video to share some of the ways that I have balanced being both an entrepreneur, a work-at-home mom. I have this video podcast, this web TV show, I have a blog, and I'm running a couple different businesses. So wanted to share some tips on what you can do to balance everything and get it all done if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit stressed. Well, first of all, one thing that I did before I hired a nanny, before I hired virtual assistants, and I was feeling like up to here and things to do, is I just started sleeping less. And I guess not sleeping less. I went to bed early and I got up at about 5 o'clock in the morning. Before the baby was up, before my husband's up, I would wake up, and I did that today actually, because every now and then I get so busy where I can't work that late in the day because the nanny leaves and I need to be a mom. So what I'll do every now and then is wake up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning and just crank out a ton of work before the sun comes up, before the rest of the family is awake. And honestly, it makes me feel so much better the rest of the day, the rest of the week. So if you are feeling like, I can't get it all done, I don't know how to get all my show notes written, I can't outsource it yet, wake up earlier. It's not easy. Work a little later if you're a night person. I can't work late. I need to get my sleep. I need to be in bed by 9 or 10. But whatever you need to do, sleep a little less, wake up earlier, stay up later, and just work really hard, because it's not easy. It is not easy to have a successful podcast. It's not easy to have a successful business. And until you can get to that point where you can source it all and just be overseeing this profitable operation, you have to just do what you need to do. And then lastly, when you get to that point, when you can outsource it, do it. You don't need to be doing everything yourself. You don't need to be writing all of your show notes. You don't need to be editing and putting it up on your website. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Finding guest experts. That is what I do at Interview Connections. We have a huge database of people that we know are great guest experts. We know how to reach out to people effectively. We know how to get in contact with these people to book them on your show. So, I encourage you, if you are just doing everything yourself because you feel like, why should I pay someone if I can do it? Well, you're going to grow a lot slower, and you're going to be a lot more stressed out along the way. So number one, if you're really not at that point, the cash is not there, the credit's not there to hire people to do it, you got to make it happen. Wake up early, go to sleep a little bit later. And then when you can, invest in a virtual assistant, invest in Interview Connections, invest in one of these many, service providers who can help you with your podcast. Because when you invest in that virtual support, in that team, you are going to grow so much faster. So let me know if that helps you. And I do want to just also encourage you to, invest in your education. I have a $497. No, $4.97 ebook on Amazon Kindle called Podcast Interviews, and I give so much actionable content in that book. I really just give you a blueprint on how to leverage virtual assistants, different project management softwares, how to find great guests, how to book them. So definitely go to Amazon Kindle and check out that book. I would really appreciate it. And let's see, any other announcements that I want to give you? I don't think so. Oh, well, if you're watching this sometime this summer before August, I hope I see you at Podcast Movement, which is the first annual, I believe, big event for podcasters. I'm going to be speaking there. I'm really excited. I'm going to be leading a panel on how to promote your podcast. So I hope that you can join me there. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please leave comments, share this video with people that you believe it would help. And if you haven't subscribed on iTunes, you can just go to interviewconnections.tv, click view this in iTunes, subscribe, leave me a rating and review, and that would make me oh so happy. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.